And welcome back to SportsZone. This is our favorite segment, Thumbles, where we throw a thumbs up and a thumbs down to things in the world of sports and the world at large. So I'm going to focus my thumbs this time on U.S. soccer. We had two friendlies in the last week, and one loss to Colombia and one tied to Peru. So I'm going to throw a thumbs down to that. It seems like we're not making any progress since we didn't make the World Cup. Still haven't hired a permanent manager, which is completely ridiculous. It's been over a year. Can you imagine if a country like Brazil didn't make the World Cup and they didn't hire a manager for a year? There would be riots in the streets. But it doesn't seem like there's any sort of pushback to the fact that we haven't hired a permanent manager yet. And we're still calling up players like Michael Bradley, who's past his prime and who's shown that he's not good enough to play for the U.S. national team, yet we're still calling him up, and he showed versus Colombia his lackluster performance. So there are just a lot of things in U.S. soccer right now I don't understand. So I'm going to throw a thumbs down to that. But I'm going to throw a thumbs up to MLS because the regular season's winding down, and playoffs are coming soon, which is going to be very exciting. My favorite team, the New York Red Bulls, are 1 point away from the top of the Supporters Shield ranking, so it's going to be interesting to see that. But the MLS playoffs this year should be very interesting because it's really anyone's guess who's going to win it. Atlanta are obviously the best team, but also the Red Bulls in the East. DC United have been on a tear lately, coming from last place all the way to a playoff position, so they've been very interesting. So it's going to be very interesting how they perform in the playoffs with Wayne Rooney. And then the Western Conference is completely wide open. Any of the 6 teams who make it can truly win it. So that's going to be very interesting to see. I don't think I'm going to touch on anything else because I know that U.S. soccer does not get represented enough in this show, so I wanted to focus my thumbs on that. So I'll end it on that, and I'll throw it over to Dan.
So, going on about international soccer, Germany, for the first time in 18 years, have lost 2 consecutive friendly-style matches. We know it was against Netherlands and France. Both are good teams. But to lose 3-0 to the Netherlands, a team that didn't make the World Cup, is unacceptable. You expect better from Germany, a team that, is excellent basically year in and year out. Personally, I think they outplayed France and they got unlucky, so there was at least an improvement for that next game. But we'll see how they end up doing in the Euro Cup in a year and a half from now. Obviously, there's a lot of time for them to improve, but it looks like they're starting to roll in a lot of their young players and give them some opportunities to grow and become accustomed to playing on the national team. I'm going to give a thumbs up to the Miami Dolphins. They played without Ryan Tannehill, and Brock Osweiler replaced him. Yes, the same Brock Osweiler who was cut by the Browns out of all teams, the team that never finds a quarterback. Anyways, he was a huge reason for why they beat the Bears in overtime. He had 380 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have 2 picks, but what do you expect from him? They won, We're 4-2 now. It's a good time to be a Fins fan. I'm gonna give a thumbs down to that new NFL roughing the passer rule because once again, there was a huge factor again this past week. Kansas City in the 4th quarter had the chance to sack Tom Brady, and the player just let go because he thought Tom Brady had already thrown the ball and he didn't want to get called for roughing the passer. And they've been calling it all year for putting your body weight on the quarterback, this and that. And those 4 points ended up being crucial down the stretch. And in my opinion, is why the Kansas City Chiefs lost that game. And now it's going to be a really tight competition between the Patriots and the Chiefs to see who gets that top spot in the AFC. That's it for today for me.
All right, so my first thumbs up is going to be for the Jets because they won a game. Yay. They never win, so that's great. Also, big thumbs up for Todd Gurley. I talked about him before, but he's such a good football player. He got me 30-something points in fantasy. He's fantastic. Another thumbs up going over to baseball for Manny Machado. He took a lot of heat for not hustling down the first baseline in Game 3, I believe. But last night, he actually won the game for the Dodgers with his base running. And a thumbs down to Christian Yelich because I feel like he's been a bit childish throughout the postseason. He's a fantastic baseball player, but I do feel as though he's been rather childish. A thumbs down to the Red Sox because I hate them. Um, but hopefully the Astros can come back. They're a really good team. I think the Astros will come back. A thumbs up to the Brewers as a team for keeping the series competitive because I think a lot of people thought that there was no chance that they would beat the Dodgers. I still think they'll win the series. And then a thumbs down to the generator that is outside of Cassell and McDowell because it's still there, and it drives me crazy.
All right, bringing it home. I don't know what's going on with the generator. Have never seen this thing, but I see Facebook events and a bunch of other stuff. I can't even thumbs it. I don't even know what to say about it. It's just absolutely bizarre that I'm seeing Facebook events about like beat the generator. Anywho, thumbs up to the weather. Cody, I know you're out there. We're keeping that alive for you. I even got more people doing it. How does that make you feel, buddy? You're an inspiration to this show forever and always. We miss you. Come back soon. But thumbs up to the weather. It's beautiful out still, except way too windy for comfort. I'm going to thumbs down the AU women's soccer team today. I literally ran to do this show from that game. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's going to be 90 minutes. It's a 3 o'clock start. We'll be done by 5. I'll be able to come up, take my time. No, we score a goal with 8 minutes left. I'm like excited. This game's going to end in 90 minutes. No, we give up a response from Loyola with literally a minute later. It's like I couldn't even bask in the fact that we were in the lead. And we gave up a goal. And not only did we go 1 overtime, we went 2 and we tied. The worst team in the conference, we tied. So thumbs down to AU women's soccer for that. I'm going to thumbs up the New York Jets. We have won not one. We've won 2 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. We have beaten the Indianapolis Colts again. I know it's starting to seem like the Indianapolis Colts are everybody else's Cleveland Browns, but hey, we have to have one team that we beat pretty regularly, and, that seems to be the only one we're doing it to. So thumbs up to Sam Darnold as well, putting up 42 points on offense. Not a big deal. So I'm pretty happy for that. Thumbs up to college hockey. It's back. We're in business. So let's go. I'm a Boston University fan, which is very taboo to say around American University, considering the Patriot League rival thing. But BU hockey at its finest. Go get it done. Be good this year. Please don't fall on your face. Albie, we're hoping you have a big year this year. Thumbs down to the Boston Red Sox because why not? Boston needs a loser, and I'm throwing my weight behind it, which means the Red Sox are not going to win the World Series. You heard it here first. I'm also going to going back to the New York Jets. Thumbs down to the New York Jets. We still don't know how to lose. Why do we keep winning? Like, if we win this week against Minnesota, maybe you'll hear me a little bit more positive about the New York Jets. But no, we're going to lose to Minnesota by like 35 points. And I'll be like, we just wasted 2 wins for nothing. Anywho, thumbs up to the New York Rangers for beating the Colorado Avalanche last night. So I'm guessing we can only beat really good Western Conference teams, but we can't beat really bad Eastern Conference teams. That's going to be the year it's going to be. Thumbs up to Jamie Benn and Miles Wood absolutely throwing haymakers in a fight in New Jersey last night. Truly a beautiful fight between 2 skilled players. Honestly, didn't expect it. Thumbs up to Notre Dame. We are now number 4 in the United States of America. We are in the playoff picture. Now we just need to not lose. Like 12-0. We have a really weak schedule. 12-0. Come on. Ian Book, Brian Kelly. Get it done for us, will you? Thumbs down to Jake Elmsley because he sucks. That's just never going to die. I'll say that every week. And I'm going to keep commenting about how that's never going to die every week because I've seemed to do that every single week. But for everybody here, for Dan Roth, Jessica in the back, Aaron, Dan Orlich, I'm Ryan Siegel saying good night from SportsZone. Tune in next week.